I'm going to just go through the assignment instructions right now so you know what you are going to be doing. This is the assignment, which is assignment 2, Instructional Video Outline. So your goal is to create an outline for your instructional video. Use the outline below as a guide. As I've talked about before, you're free to use AI like ChatGPT, Bing, Google Translate to complete this exercise, but you must include a statement declaring this. I have some examples written on the outline itself. Again, this is not a script. You are to post your outline on the discussion board so that your classmates can see it. And when you do see your classmates' topics, take a look and see if there's anybody that you want to work with. You don't have to work with somebody, but you certainly can. It's much easier if you work on one video together, because then obviously one person can shoot the video and the other person can be in front of the screen. So the instructional video outline, you should have your topic, title, tags, and keywords. I've attached a document about what tags and keywords are. This is just something that helps websites like YouTube or search engines find your video. The setting. So where will you shoot the video? For example, in my mom's kitchen. Any visual aids or demonstrations that you use. So for example, you're going to list, I'm going to demonstrate how to increase my jump shot, or I'll show pictures of before and after of the haircut I'm going to show how to do. The outline itself, you need an attention getter. You need an introduction. Note that the attention getter is different from the introduction. If you remember last week, we watched that video from Mohammed Khatani. He did his attention getter about, he tried to light a cigarette on stage, and then later he got into his actual introduction where he talked about what his real topic was. So in the introduction itself, you want to talk about what the audience will learn. Why is it important for them to learn this? After that, you want to establish your credibility. I know that you might think, I'm 17 years old. I'm not an expert. I don't have any credibility in that. It's not true. If you've been playing soccer for 10 years and you're going to show how to do soccer headers, that's absolutely your credibility. Then I do want you to have a little overview. First we do X, then we do Y. Then the main content. Now, I've listed a bunch of different things you might include in your main content. You don't have to do all of these. These are just some ideas. You might want to give your background information, then get started by doing your initial setup preparation. You might want to do step-by-step instructions. You might want to do pro tips, like sharing some shortcuts or personal insights. And then you'll conclude, summarize what you did, and restate the benefits. Why is it a good thing to learn this? Then I suggest you have a call to action. So the classic call to action is just like and subscribe, right? But you might want to also suggest additional resources like videos or organizations, websites. You might invite viewers to comment. All those things are a call to action. Now, if you use artificial intelligence, I want a note explaining what you have used. So I've given some examples here. Example, this outline was produced with the help of ChatGPT. I entered my topic and the assignment instructions as prompts. I then looked over the outline that ChatGPT produced and changed the words that I didn't like, and I also added more of my personal story. That's your declaration. That's absolutely great. Or you might write something like this. Say that your first language is not English and you actually would prefer to write this outline in your native language and then translate it and have an artificial intelligence do that. That's great too. So for that, I would add a declaration, something like, I wrote this whole thing in my native language, Spanish, and then entered it into Google Translate. Then I read it over and totally changed the parts that didn't sound like natural English. I also had my roommate, who is a native speaker, proofread it. That's all you need. I'm quickly going to now go through the sample instructional video. So this is a sample. I put in the topic which was a recipe, and I actually put in the recipe, and then I put in my own instructions to see what ChatGPT could give me. And then I did go through again and I changed a lot of it. Like the attention getter it gave was really bad. A lot of the dialogue was terrible. So I'll just go through that quickly. So here it gave me my topic, a title. It gave me some YouTube tags, but I found the tags that it was giving were not very good. So I changed that. Setting in my kitchen, outline of video. Here's the attention getter, which I said I changed. Here's the introduction. Here's what I mean by the introduction. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mouth-watering Turkish white bean stew. And then I established credibility. I lived and traveled in the Middle East for more than a decade and learned how people without a lot of money still manage to eat delicious, healthy food. I talked about what ChatGPT is not good at. Those things you're going to have to add yourself because an AI is not going to tell you those personal anecdotes. Then I did the overview. An overview is just like a mini speech where you say what you're going to do in your instructional video. So we'll start by discussing ingredients, then dive into step instructions, and then pro tips. Okay, now you're going to go into your main content. This is going to differ greatly for everybody's video. You don't have to have these things. These are just suggestions. You might want to start out by giving some background information. So for mine, I start out by talking about why the Mediterranean diet is so healthy. And then I talk briefly about the historical significance of the dish. You might not have anything like that. If you're going to be, let's say you're teaching how to do a layup, you might want to talk about the background just could be, why is it so important in the game? That's all. Then obviously you're going to want to get started. If I were doing a cooking video, I might show all the ingredients laid out. I might give tips on peeling and chopping the vegetables. Then the step-by-step instructions. So I assume that all of you will have this in your instructional video. Then I like the idea of having some pro tips. So, for example, in this recipe, I could give tips about adjusting the salt or sugar content. You might want to give common mistakes that you make sure that your viewers avoid. But I think I've said that this is a 3 to 8 minute video. You might not have time to do that. That's okay. Your conclusion, you're briefly going to summarize what you did. And I really encourage you to reiterate the benefits. Why is it important that people learn this? So the example I give with the recipe, you'll be able to impress your friends and family with a taste of the Mediterranean without breaking the bank. Then finally, end with a call to action. So again, that's just something like and subscribe. You could suggest related videos. If you have other videos of the same subject, obviously suggest those. Then I do want you to include something about any visual aids or demonstrations. Like I will give a full list of ingredients at the start of the video and a recipe in the comments. Maybe you don't want to include any of that. That's fine. And that's all. Again, I do want you to give a statement, a declaration, if you have used AI or not. So make sure that you do use that, or you could be accused of plagiarism. You don't want to start out your university career like that.